Here are some tips on how to decrease spitting up and gas with breastfeeding. So a lot of times people think that, oh, my baby's breastfed, I don't need to burp them, or, oh, my baby is breastfed, they shouldn't really be spitting up, but that is not always the case. Babies take in air in a number of different ways. One of those ways is feeding, another way is crying. They're gonna take in air. So some tips for you if you are finding this happens with breastfeeding. First and foremost, burping. Burp between sides, burp afterwards. It can help to just get that air out. And I know a lot of times you think you don't need to with breastfeeding, and sometimes you don't, but it's always a good little thing to do because when babies are young, they can't get that air out on their own, so we gotta help them. Next thing you can do is try to feed them in a more upright position for breastfeeding. So more of a reclined position where their body's more upright, head is above their shoulders, above their hips. It can just help with digestion in general. And that brings me to another tip. You kind of saw me do it there, but reclined breastfeeding is great to help slow your flow. A lot of times babies take in more air when they are chugging or gulping while eating. So if we need to slow your flow down a little bit, one of the first things I recommend to parents is to recline a little bit while they're breastfeeding. It helps to just slow things down. Next is if you do have a very quick flow, which can be a common reason your baby may spit up or have extra gas, then you can pump through your letdown a little bit. That's just going to help slow it down a little bit for baby from the get-go so that they can pace themselves better and help to avoid spitting up afterwards and all that gas intake from gulping and chugging. Another tip for that as well is the side lying position for feeding. So that's when you lay on your side, baby's on their side. What this does is it allows babies to pace themselves better. It's the same way when we do side lying with bottle feeding. They're able to hold some of the liquid in their cheek before they swallow, and it just gives them more time to sequence things. It's like a way to pace bottle feed, but you're not using a bottle. Those are some great tips to kind of either slow your flow or help baby kind of avoid all those spit ups and gas.